Hey friends, family members and people on YouTube. Welcome to the battle video of the ASL Season 6 Week 6. Yes, we have the double six digits in this game, and it's not just a game, it's a pretty important game. Last week you could have seen I have won versus my rival, which currently brings us up to a 3-2 record. We're done with the double forfeit losses. We are out for a big win streak right now, and our opponent Melone is currently 2-3, and he is also looking to pick up a couple of wins because this is a very important game. I am slightly above him in the rankings, and he definitely wants to beat me to get ahead of me, and I obviously want to continue my win streak. Now, my opponent, Melone, aka Melone in Dutch, is a pretty interesting opponent. It's one of those people you can never be really sure what to expect. I also had to prep pretty quickly this week because I was pretty busy, so we threw a team together, and we have actually a pretty good team. I will go over that first. I have my Wincon Mega Diancie, which is Rock Polish dual setup, and Moonblast and Diamond Storm, pretty sweet. I have this very interesting Volcanion. I have this max defensive Volcanion with the ICMZ Haze. This is in order to deal with Kartana or Slowbro. I can live a Bandit or +1 Kartana. If he kills something and has an attack raise, I can 100% live the hit and Z-Haze myself back up and remove his setup. I can also utilize Haze to deal better with Calm Mind Slowbro. We'll just have to see. I have this Cryogonal, which is also an anti-Slowbro answer. It's also my Rapid Spinner. May he set hazards on me, and Freeze Dry is pretty spammable versus his team. Then I have the Garchomp, a pretty bulky Garchomp with Yachi Berry in order to take on the Thundurus, which is he's been using Thundurus very well this season, so that's definitely one mon I need to check for sure. Then we have a defensive Shaman in order to take on the Kartana better. And last but not least, we have Trick Room Cofagrigus as a semi-Wincon or mid-game wall breaker. That's the ID. What I anticipated him to bring, though, is something completely different than what he brought. I did a sort of a quick prep, so maybe I overlooked things on my own, but he certainly caught me off guard. I was definitely anticipating a lot of different Pokemons. I did anticipate the Mega Bro, the Kartana, and Thundurus for sure, because that are his main Pokemon each week. I definitely anticipated the Donphan as well. I thought it was pretty good versus me. It's a semi-Diancie answer, also getting rid of my hazards, but no Donphan. But yeah, overall, not that important. But yeah, Melone is one of those guys you just don't know what you can expect. And when I look at this team matchup, definitely think either Scarf Kartana or Scarf Thundurus, not really sure. Mega Bro, probably 3 attack slack off. Skuntank, I don't know, it's probably his Defogger because no Donphan and he needs hazard removal, I think. Licky, not sure, probably Belly Drum because Melone is that kind of guy who runs Belly Drum on everything, and Slurpuff will probably also be Belly Drum. I don't know, we'll just have to wait and see. What I do know, though, is that Thundurus is a big threat to my team, and I want to lead off with Garchomp, immediately set up Rocked. Why? Because if I set up Rocks, the Thundurus can come in for free and will be forced out most likely versus my Garchomp. So that's what's going to happen. I lead off with my Garchomp, and I immediately pull a switch because he leads with Slurpuff, which is definitely not fortunate situation for me, so I need to get out of there. I wasn't really sure what he was going to do, but I figured that Cofagrigus was pretty free, and if his Licky Tongue actually is indeed a Belly Drum set, I don't really think he wants to swap it in on Cofagrigus because it's known for the Will-O-Wisp, so not really sure. Actually shows off to be Sticky Web Slurpuff, so that was interesting. It was a Sticky Web Slurpuff, which means My speedy Pokemon gets slowed down, however I do have the rapid spin on Cryogonal, so that's something I have to spin away later. And he also shows that Licky Tongue is his initial response onto my Cofagrigus. He swaps out as I set up my Nasty Plot. I can't really damage the Licky Tongue too much. I mean, I can sort of, but I don't think it's worth sacrificing the HP just yet on the Licky Tongue, and I also don't think it will be Belly Drum just because he brought it in on me, and I think if it was Belly Drum he would have preserved it a bit better. So what I decide to do is actually pull out a swap into my Garchomp, I think. Yeah, into my Garchomp, because Garchomp immediately sets pressure on him, and if he wants to talk to me, that's okay, I guess, and I can set up my rocks back to him. And he actually pulls a double into his Skuntank. Not really sure why, probably to scout for any potential damage I had, or maybe if it is a special Skuntank, he goes into that anticipating a Will-O-Wisp. However, Garchomp versus Skuntank is always a fortunate matchup. I think he's always forced out. I do have the Yachi Berry, may he still pack a random HP Ice, but I'm just going to use this turn as an opportunity to set up my rocks, and he goes actually back into the Licky Tongue. So I was pretty thrown off by this, because why would you swap in your Licky Tongue back on the Pokemon I try to answer your Licky Tongue with? So like, pretty confusing on my end. It could easily be an SD set with a Z move and blow this Pokemon away, but yeah, not really sure what he was doing. I'm just going to scout for damage. What is his set? What will he do? And he shows off Wish. So probably Wish, Protect, Body Slam-ish set. I'm not really sure. I'm just going to Shaman to scout for any potential status move or whatever, because he doesn't really lose something by it, and Shaman is a status absorber. That's a free turn on my end, and he is shown to be pretty physically defensive, so I'm just going to try and damage him back with Shaman. First I want to Toxic him. If he doesn't have Heal Bell on the Licky Tongue, but just on the Slurpuff, I can pressure the Slurpuff pretty nicely. He shows off that Skuntank is his initial response to me. I think this is Assault Vest. Not quite sure. At least is his answer to the Shaman, most likely. I could have potentially packed Earth Power. I do not have it in this case, but he doesn't know that, so we'll see. I'll just swap out, at least bluffing I don't have it, and go into Garchomp. Just see what he wants to do, and he shows off Taunt, so he wants to prevent me. He wants to prevent me recovering my Shaman up, because that can be an annoying thing for his Kartana. So I get in Garchomp once again. He hasn't defogged the rocks away, so this is a free turn for me to attack. And he goes into his Mega Slowbro, which is still regular Slowbro still, and he shows up to be a more bulky Slowbro. So that's nice for me to know, because if he is a bulky Slowbro, he is less of a threat offensively. He needs more boost in order to actually damage my team. I go into Cryogonal because Cryogonal puts some good pressure on the Slowbro with the Freeze Dry, and I can use this as an opportunity to spin the webs away. So that's what I'm going to do. He pulls back into his Skuntank, anticipating my spin in order for him to give him a turn to defog his hazards away, and I'm not gonna allow that. If he wants to do that, I have Garchomp right back at him. So Garchomp is in his face, he is forced out again. I set up my Stealth Rocks because I still want everything to take chip. Garchomp is in there. Garchomp is now going to Earthquake because I want to chip this Licky Tongue, and now he shows, okay, he does have Heal Bell, so he has Wish, and he does have Heal Bell. Okay, that's good to know, He also has Toxic, he showed that off before. So that's good information. I double into Shaman, anticipating a Toxic on his side, but he just wishes. Okay, good information to know. And I think, okay, he's going to use this turn to get Skuntank back again, and I pull a double myself into Garchomp, anticipating the Skuntank coming in. But he actually stays in versus Shaman, who does have Natural Cure, so I'm quite confused why he tried to 1v1 Shaman, but that was his play, so okay, fair enough. I pull back Garchomp because I am very confident Shaman can 1v1 this Licky Tongue. Now he goes not into Skuntank, actually he goes into Slurpuff, probably because he wants to set the webs back up again. I land a Toxic on the Slurpuff, which is very nice. And now I can just start getting damage on this Pokemon, because once Slurpuff is gone, Garchomp is much more viable. Basically, the only thing that is stopping it is the Mega Slowbro as of right now. But yeah, so I want to weaken that with my Shaymin. It's Toxic, he sets up the webs, I get off another attack on him. Oh no, that was the thing. He goes into his Skuntank. I don't know if he wants to defog the webs away, which he just did, but I doubt that he will. I know Shaymin is very bulky this week, it's max defensive in order to take on the Kartana pretty better. So he just tries to attack me, but as you can see, it doesn't do that much damage at all, and I can just get a good amount of damage off on this Skuntank, to be honest. Now I just use this turn as a rest, because I am not slower, so I can outspeed. I don't have to worry about the taunt. He damaged me for a good amount of damage still, so I decide to swap out Wake Up as my natural cure activates. So I Wake Up and go back into Garchomp. If he attacks me once again, he gets rough skin damage. He actually anticipated this somewhat and made a double himself. He went into the Kartana. Well, even if this is a choice banded Kartana, my Garchomp can live this hit and kill him off with the Flamethrower, so that's my choice of play. I click the Flamethrower. He fortunately scouts as his part, because the weeks before he randomly sacked his Kartana for no reason. I was hoping he did it this time as well. No, he scouted for it, so that's a good play on his part. He goes into the Licky Tongue again, and I can just go in my Shaymin, and he shows the Heal Bell. So basically what that tells me is this is just an annoying piece of shit, but it hasn't actually attacked me. And usually when you see Wish, you can anticipate Protect, but he still hasn't revealed his last move, so I am positive he has at least some way to attack me, like Body Slam or something like that. But if he has to Protect, he is basically a no-attack Licky Tongue, which is a huge setup fodder, so I have to keep that in mind. Right now I just try to weaken his team with Shaymin for a good bit, because even though his team is bulky, Seed Flare will eventually plow through everything because of the Spadef drops I will get. He keeps on recovering his status. I just put him back on a timer. I don't really have much reason not to, because I have way more recovery than he does, and I have way more Toxics than he does have Heal Bells. And he goes into his Skuntank here, so, and Skuntank is ready to receive a Wish. After it gets damaged pretty nicely, it gets the Spadef drop, so that's cool. Shaymin is right now in a position to 1v1 this Skuntank, so when he tries to attack me, he gets pretty good roll. I have the HP Fire for him right now. I thought it would two-shot him, but it doesn't quite that two-shot him, and I 100% will live the next hit. I may look like a stupid play, but my Shaymin is definitely capable of living this hit. He taunts me, he anticipates me to rest. Luckily, I get a good amount of damage off, and Seed Flare just misses out on the KO, which was pretty unfortunate. But yeah, my Shaymin is basically right now not able to take on the Kartana at this point. And I also am taunted, so I can't get my rest up. So what I just decided to do is stay in and kill him. I do live on 1%. I do live guaranteed, but it was very close. He got a very high roll. So yeah, but the Skuntank is out. What that means is that my rocks are up to stay, and I can still rapid spin away the webs on my end. Now my Kartana check is at 1%, so that's not too good. Luckily for me, the Garchomp is still at a high enough of health if he isn't banded to live the hit. If he is banded though, and he kills me right now, he will be at +2 attack. Volcanion can't live it too, but Diancie can outspeed him because of the clear body. I am not affected by the webs, and I can outspeed and revenge it, so I'm good there. And if he isn't banded and just kills me and gets to +1 with his Kartana, my Volcanion can 100% live the hit and Z-haste the next turn. But yeah, my play right now is just go in Volcanion. I just have to make a good assumption. He isn't the Choice Bandit set, and he is Scarfed because he doesn't actually have anything that is faster than a Mega Diancie, and Kartana isn't his C user, but Thundurus is his C user, so I anticipate the Thundurus to be his C user, Kartana to be Scarfed. So if it is Scarfed, I can easily live this hit. And Volcanion pretty much forces out the Kartana, so that's what I'm going off. He pulls a double into his Slowbro. Fun fact, my Volcanion is actually designed to take on this Slowbro as well, because it is Rest Talk. No, it's not Rest Talk, it's Haze, of course. It's Haze, Z-Haze with Flamethrower, Toxic, and Steam Eruption, so I can definitely chip away on this Slowbro. He can't really touch me at all. He's shown off the Psychic, and that's amazing news for me, even though I do miss a couple of my attacks right here. What's so good about him having Psychic instead of Psyshock is that my Cryogonal now basically deals with the Slowbro 100%. If it has Psyshock, it would have done a lot more to my Cryogonal. It has Psychic, so I'm good there, and I can just continue to Haze and Freeze Dry him if he is potentially a Calm Mind setup that I don't expect him to be, but just in case. So right now I can just fire off my attacks. He can't really do much to me. He can just basically take this hit and sack his Slurpuff. I actually miss, which is unfortunate. He heal bells, he recovers a lot of Pokemon of Poison, but I just use this turn to recover up my Volcanion back again, so I have a semi answer for the Kartana. Just a little bit of chip to me, and I finally get rid of the Slurpuff, so I don't have to worry about the webs at all anymore. I can just with the Cryogonal and be good there. Now this is a very important turn. He tries to pressure me with the Thundurus, which is a good play on his part, because Thundurus absolutely goes into my team from what is left right now. Cryogonal definitely can take on a hit and outspeed it potentially. I'm still not sure if this is a Scarfer or not, and also I want to keep the Cryogonal alive in order to deal with the Slowbro better. Garchomp I am not gonna swap in, because if he catches me with an HP Ice, I do activate my Yachi Berry, and I'm not a guaranteed check anymore. If he Nasty Plots later on in the game, I'm just entirely screwed, because the webs are still up currently, so yeah, it's just a big issue. What I decide to do is stay in. If he sets up, he basically loses his Thundurus or loses a lot of damage. And if he tries to predict a swap into my Cryogonal or something like that, I can potentially catch him, and that is exactly what happens. He tries to catch my swap, and I just stay in and basically eliminate Kartana from the game, because it is such a low HP. He has only a couple of rock switchings left, so like Canyon is definitely putting in the work right now. He goes back into Slowbro, which is definitely capable of taking the hits, but you know, Volcanion is actually designed to take it on, but I want to preserve it in order to take a hit later on from Kartana. I just go into Cryogonal, because once he reveals the Psychic, I know I can 100% 1v1 any Slowbro set. Now I use this opportunity to Rapid Spin away the rock with the webs. It is annoying because the Lickitung gets health back, but if it happens to be no attack Lickitung, it is a huge setup fodder for me later for either Diancie or Garchomp, so that's good on my end, so I definitely want to keep it around somewhat. He toxics me here. It's pretty annoying, but nothing I can do about it. I just need to chip away on this Pokemon and also need to preserve my health, so that's why I recover right here. Yeah, it basically is an annoying stall fest. You'll see it is pretty tough to break this Lickitung. It's actually quite annoying. Had I anticipated something like this, this is what I meant in the start of the video. Melone is that guy that brings the most random sets, and this is definitely one of them. So I go out here into my Garchomp, potentially try to break him. Let's see what he wants to do. I am toxic, so I am definitely anticipate some sort of coverage or damage move in order to get rid of my my Garchomp. I pull a double, scouting for an ice move, but he doesn't go for it. And if he potentially went into Slowbro, which he actually did, I do pivot myself again in an offensive advantageous position, so I can fire off attacks versus him. And as long as I keep attacking him, I don't have to worry about losing to his offensive threats, because I am in the attacking position. Right now my Cryogonal is getting chipped away at by the Toxic, and he is getting low on his wishes, so eventually I'll break through. It's annoying, but it's just something I have to wait out. And now he shows Protect, so this man actually brought a no attack Lickitung, and you know, that's all good and fun, but why you have to bring it versus me? Because it's so annoying to break. It's so annoying to break. It literally can't touch a Mega Diancie. It just can't. So my game plan as of right now is just basically sack a Pokemon versus the Lickitung, getting Mega Diancie. I don't want to randomly get Toxic by it. I just want to Mega Evolve in front of it, or get another turn to Mega Evolve. And then I'm just good to go. Then I can set up and absolutely destroy him. So that's basically the game plan to win. Pivot around this Pokemon for a little bit, and then in the end sweep with the Mega Diancie. He doubles out. He expects Cryogonal to come in, I think. Or was Cryogonal in? No. Anyway, he did swap into the Kartana, and I am still in with my Garchomp. Garchomp can still live a hit from the Scarf Kartana at this range. So I am in a position to attack him, so I don't worry about it, and he is forced out, so that's another turn of rocks. He can only switch in one more time, I think. And I'm just weakening this Slowbro at this point, because right now I'm just looking at his roster, and I know one Rock Polish will be enough to take on his entire team. Because the Slowbro is pretty weak, it will drop to Moonblast. The Thundurus drops, the Lickitung can't touch me at all, so I will break that, and the Kartana drops. So it's basically time to get in Diancie. Just try to get the most damage out with Garchomp. We are very fortunate to get an Earthquake crit. However, I think 2 crits would have been enough to put him in a low enough range in order for Diancie to beat it. He shows off the Calm Mind actually, so he wasn't packing 3 attacks, he was packing the Calm Mind, which is cool. But you know, even if I had to sack Garchomp to this, I know I could go to Cryogonal next and chip away on this Slowbro, haste the stats away, and then when the Lickitung came in, you to sack my Diancie. And basically, it didn't matter, because the only defensive answer he has left is the Lickitung, and once one of my Toxic Pokemon went down, then you could just go into my Diancie setup and win the game. But yeah, definitely was fortunate for me that I had that EQ crit. It saves me a little bit of differential. You see he goes into the Lickitung right here. I'll just Earthquake it for a little bit of damage, and no, this is the perfect opportunity. This is the Pokemon I want to set up in front of. Just get a little bit more damage off. He wishes, I don't care. I have to sack Garchomp, unfortunately. Bringing Mega Diancie, and now it's time. Let's polish up those rocks, polish the diamonds, and yeah, just go for game. He actually protects. I don't know what he was expecting, but yeah. He literally can't touch me. He literally can't touch me at all. I can just fire off attacks at him, and it doesn't matter. This is his steal. This is his Fairy Resist. Gone. Even if it was at full health, it would still done like 90% to him, so I was fine. I was completely fine with Mega Diancie taking on that steal. Yeah, he was probably Scarf, so that is why I have the Rock Polish. I did EV correctly, so I will always outspeed the Kartana. He's trying to get him either Slowbro to recover or just stall me for a little bit. Realistically, it doesn't matter. It actually doesn't matter. I have enough PP to stall him out. I don't know why I Rock Polish on this turn. I think it's this turn. Actually, no reason to do that, but I'm just showing to him like, hey, I have way more PP. I have still like 20 Rock Polishes left and a lot of attacks, so you literally can 1v1 me. And you have the Diamond Store as well. I shown it off. And now I'm just going to spend Moonblast because that's no drawback play for me. He tries to Toxic me. it literally doesn't matter, dude. After magic bounce, he toxices himself, which is pretty funny actually, and now he's gone. Then he brings in the Slowbro. He tries to get a little bit of more of health back with the regenerator, but even that is not gonna save him. He's going to sack his Thundurus as well. Even if it was scarfed, yeah, no chance of outspeeding. It's gone. Slowbro comes back in. With the Mega Boost, it gains defense bulk only, no special defense, and I still have Cryogon in the back, so it'll be 100% good to 1v1 him either way. Yeah, even if he scalded me, I lived because I have a pretty... I don't have much investment, but a little bit investment, enough to take on a Scald or Surf, and yeah, Mega Diancie just clean sweeped him. Yeah, that's basically it, guys. We continued our win streak. We are currently 5-2, I think. 4-2, 5-2. Looking very good. Next week we have also a very hype matchup, so stay tuned for that. GG to Melone or Melone. I definitely like playing you. You have definitely improved a lot from the past seasons, and I do think you have a great team actually. But yeah, you shouldn't bring stupid stats like that Lickitung. It was fun, but yeah, I rather see you do that versus someone else. But hey, GG and good luck on next season. See you guys later.